I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom.
Yeah, so right here, I'm just getting my heat gun ready, putting the cord over my shoulder so that way I'm not dragging it across the car. And I got my gold hard card, and I'm just going over each of these fingers that are coming up from the bottom and just swiping them down. If you look at the far right, you can see that the entire pattern is on the glass, and if you look at the bottom, I got the pattern approximately 1 inch up from the bottom seal. And there's a reason why I do this, so you don't melt that trim piece down there, and also so that you have majority of the film laying flat on the glass so that you can shrink it to the curvature of the glass. And as you can see, I'm getting it pretty flat. Tesla glass is very curved, so as you see, I'm going to double shrink here in a little bit, and I'm just taking my time and heating what I see, and then just swiping it down, making sure that the vertical part of the glass stays flat, and lifting from the corner, sliding down my hand to keep that vertical side down. And I'm double shrinking now, shrinking it one more time, just whatever comes up, just shrinking it down. Using my finger to split the big tint fingers, and just swiping down, heating it, swipe it. As you can see, you probably can't see it really good in the video, but the tint kind of worms up, and then I'm just swiping. And anything that's too big, you'll see me take my finger and swipe down the center of it, just to split that big finger into 2 smaller fingers. Yeah, once you do a couple of these windows, you'll start to understand what exactly is going on. And this is probably the hardest part about tinting, is actually shrinking tint to the glass. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm gonna go ahead and spray the glass down, and using my tint keg just to knock off any dust or dirt that's on the glass. And now I'm using my scrub it, and I'm just going over the glass and making sure that I'm scrubbing every inch of the glass, using the soap as kind of a guide as to where I've already scrubbed. Yeah, I'm just making sure I get 100% coverage, and hitting all those trouble spots down inside right there and on the edge of the glass is where a lot of dirt likes to accumulate. All right, and that about does it. I'm going to grab my squeegee and a towel and go ahead and just squeegee away from the car. And then I'm wiping it off in the towel so that way I'm not putting any dirt that's coming off, I'm not putting it right back on the glass. And you just want to do overlapping strokes. All right, so now that I got the glass pretty much cleaned, get my soapy slip solution, and I'm just going to douse the window down, and make sure I get 100% coverage. And I got my film, I'm moving it to the glass. As you can see, I got my left hand, I got the film on the glass. My right hand is actually keeping the film off of the glass, and that just helps with sliding the film. And right now I'm just tacking it down. Everything's lined up nicely for me, so I'm just tacking it so it stays in place. And it's just a matter of preference, but this is how I like to squeegee my water out. And I'm just making sure that I'm getting as much water as I can on my first pass. The more water you take out, the less likely it is that the film will shift on you. Because if it shifts, then you have to like peel it back and get some more slip solution in there to loosen it back up. And I'm just taking my time and sectioning it off and getting as much water out as I can. All right, so now I got my hard card and I got it wrapped in a microfiber towel, and I'm bumping the edges. So I'm basically pushing all the water out of the edges, and the microfiber towel is soaking up the water. And this keeps the edge from lifting because the water wants to escape out of the edges. And I'm getting all the edges like even down in where the sweep would be. And this is part of the reason why I take the door panels off of every vehicle, because it just gives me so much access. So this is my favorite tint tool. This is my easy reach, or I call it an edge tool. But this isn't an easy reach, but it's a kind of like a cornering tool. I don't know the name of it, but it's my favorite tool. Um, so here's the trimming that I was talking about. The pattern's a little long on these for FVD. So all I'm doing is going around the edges and making sure that I don't have anything that's going to hang up on the seals when the window's going up and down. Move you guys back so you can see exactly how much I'm trimming off, which isn't a lot. I didn't really get it on video, but as when I put the pattern on the glass before I even like apply it, just to see how the pattern from FVD matches up with the actual car. And what I've noticed from FVD is they leave a little bit of overhang on it for trimming and making sure that it fits within the seals if it's a frame car, frame door. And like I said, there wasn't a lot to remove from this edge. I absolutely hate trimming edges. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out there right now. I'm using a red dot with a carbon blade, and carbon blades are really sharp. And as you can see, I'm like my blade keeps getting hung up on the edge, and this is something that's very unique to Teslas. There's a glue on the edge of the glass that the knife likes to get hung up in. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the right angle so that I can slide the knife down, and also I'm trying not to mar the film with the edge of the knife. So, like I said, I normally use micro gap on everything, but Teslas are, no one Tesla is like the other. So it's like, it's just one of those things. And what you see me doing with my fingers is basically just checking to make sure that the film isn't going to lift, just by running my finger over it. And if it lifts, then that means I definitely got to trim some more off of it. And I think that's pretty much it for the trimming. I think we're about to get into my favorite part after a little bit more bumping. So just trim that edge. So now that it's finished, I'm just going over it and bumping any water that may come out. It wasn't a lot. And just making sure that edge is sitting down flush on the glass. Yep, a little bit more trimming.
And I'm
Favorite part,
feeling
putting the spray weight on.
good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel.